comes under an earth sign, is physical. Air is communicating. Let's talk. Let's have a discussion. Let's debate. Let's share the information. What do you think? And what do you think? That's air. Wants to talk about it. And water just feels it all. Oh, sensitive. Feels everything. Tunes in. Tunes in. It like has a dial and it just tunes into the energies and the vibrations. Bit. Do you identify with some of this? You Cancerians here? Anybody else know a Cancerian?
Yes, I do. I've got a daughter who's one.
So you've got a Gemini daughter and a Cancerian daughter?
Yes,
Look
yes.
at you. That's
There's only 2 weeks between their birth dates and dates.
Yes.
And that's why I asked you, was the Gemini, she's the 19th of June, which is very close to the cusp.
Yes.
And she isn't, she wouldn't negotiate, she wouldn't talk. She's not a talker.
Interesting.
But the Cancer girl is very much a talker.
Right.
Yep, 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 all the time.
Interesting. Is your Gemini girl a studier? Does she learn things? Does she read? Does she write?
She does read, but she's excelled in her field of work. But she wouldn't talk to you about it. She wouldn't tell you her position. She keeps it all close to the chest. She would never discuss what's going on. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So, fire, earth, air, water. All the 4 elements there in the first 4 signs. Aries rules the head. You often meet Aries where they've had injuries, or they've got an injury on their head, or their eyes, or near here, or a scar on the head, because they're always head first. They're going in with their heads, okay? Taurus rules, well, come on, some of you guys already know. What does Taurus rule? Going to look at the notes. Do you remember, Jim? Do you remember Sue? Very good. Oh, she remembers the planet. That's very good. But huh?
I haven't had a pig for my book all holiday.
Oh, Sue.
I'm sorry, my head.
That's all right. Taurus rules the throat, rules communicating. You get a lot of singers that are Taurian sometimes. Barbara Streisand. It's throat energy. So I have a friend, she's married to a Taurus, and he often comes home and he says, my glands are up. And that's a real thing for a Taurian to come home and say, oh, my glands again. And that's his throat going on, because that's the Taurus energy of throat. Gemini, what does Gemini rule? Which part of the body?
The length, chest and shoulders.
Are you looking at notes? Yeah.
Why not use what you've got?
Absolutely, but it's needed up here. Yeah, it rules the arms, the hands, the shoulders, anything gesticulating so that they're demonstrating what they're telling you.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? You know, Gemini are great salespeople. You sure you don't want that? I've been dealing with a Gemini. I did a reading for him recently in Finland. He had this reading, and he's a web designer, and he's got a Gemini sun, really strong with his Mercury, lots of Gemini. He's dying to redesign my website. I mean, really dying to. So he emails me, are you sure, have you made it? I've got a special price for you, it's a sale. And he gives me another price, and again today he's on to me again. It's a special sale, and I'm looking at that Gemini sun in his 5th house, and I'm saying, yep, you're a good negotiator, guy, you're a good salesman, because eventually he probably will sell it to me. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. He'll give me just enough of a good deal, and he knows I'm dithering a bit. So, yeah, Gemini, very good at sales and gesticulating.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Gemini rules mobile phones and communications as well, so there you are. Just coming in with a bit of information for us there. So Cancer, sensitive emotions, feelings, doesn't like to show what they're feeling, but they're feeling it anyway. But they try not to let you see it, if they can possibly help it. Where's my eraser? Okay. Okay. So what's the next sign of the zodiac after Cancer?
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo. And that's supposed to be a lion's tail. Oh, by the way, Cancer, the crab. Cancer rules the stomach and the breasts. It's nurturing. All right. There's a whole field of medical astrology, all right? I haven't gone deeply into it. I know some medical astrology, but there are people who are medical astrologers, and it's quite fascinating what you can see in somebody's chart in terms of where the strengths are in the physical body and where the potential weaknesses could lie. Doesn't mean you're going to get sick or you're going to get anything, but there are people who specialise in this whole field. Is quite fascinating. I had somebody ring me only last week actually. She wanted to know when was the best time for her son to have surgery, you know, and it had already been booked during a void moon. And, you know, I couldn't get involved with it. I had to just put her on to this medical astrologer that I got her books, and she's just fantastic. She's in America, you know, because that is not my specialist field. But somebody who's a real specialist can help with the best times. You know, if Mars is in a particular position, then there's likely to be more inflammation after surgery. Anyway, it's a huge field, and it's not one that I personally specialise in. I know little bits and pieces, but you can specialise to the very degree and the very area of it. So, next one we have Leo. What's Leo about? Any Leos here?
They like to be the centre of attention.
Not always.
Anybody who'd like to share what they think are...
They like to get their own way.
They like to get their own way? Mm? Yeah, could be, yes.
Aussie.
Pardon?
Aussie. They're the lion, right? The lion.
Yes, it's Leo the lion, yes.
Roars.
It can roar. Mm-hmm. But then think about what the lion else is about.
They've got an ego, right? An ego.
Yes, but we all need an ego. An ego's important. Carry on.
Charismatic.
Very charismatic.
They like pride.
Can be proud, yes, and certainly proud of the people they love. Remember, if you think of a lion, it's the king of the jungle, isn't it? It's the king. It's royal, it's regal. So they can be very charismatic. Great organisers. Great at seeing what has to be done and telling other people what they need to do. But they're very good organisers.
Gee, really?
You know one, do you?
I've got a daughter, yes, and she is not a good organiser. She's very quick with her mouth and tongue, but yeah, not a good organiser.
Okay.
I think maybe would it be a good organiser when they want to organise something or they're interested in it rather than just organising in general?
They've got to be interested in and excited about it. They're also great on the stage. You stick them on the stage, they're marvellous.
Yes.
You know, and they're very warm. Think about the sun. It's ruled by the sun, so there's a warmth there. It's a fire sign, so it bubbles over with warmth. And they're very generous and they're very loyal. So the people that they love, they're very loyal.
No.
No?
Not family.
Okay.
I'd agree with that with Leo too. Not family.
Now, let me
Not
say,
family, no, very.
Yeah, I agree totally with that.
can I say that what I'm covering at the moment is just the absolute generalities, okay? And I know that any generalities that you cover in any subject, it's just the basics, don't always fit every type. And I'm so glad that you're coming out, both of you, with the fact that this is not fitting. Because it's my job in these classes to show you why it doesn't fit. I will be able to explain why the heck these Leos that you know behave in what is somewhat outside of the normal.
I've got a stepson too who's Leo and he is outside. Right outside, yeah.
Okay, that's great.
He doesn't match with my daughter, but he's, yeah.
Okay, that is great. I'm glad you're sharing this. as the time goes on, I will be